suicidal and did not want to get shot and was confused. You're probably wondering why the father and the mother didn't speak out to assert his innocence. That would make sense, right? Well, interestingly enough, I'm told that it's because the feds told them that if they spoke out, their lives could be at risk. Like they needed to keep things private, and they convinced the family to go into witness protection. Like, your lives are in danger, you shouldn't say anything. Somebody could, like, just come back and try to harm you guys because of what your son did. You should go into witness protection and don't speak to anybody. Trust us, we're the feds, bro. And they agreed, of course, in the fog of it all. Why wouldn't you agree? But then, like any good family, you start going, I don't really trust these feds. Like, I'm a little suspicious about the feds. Here's another point of interest, okay? His father had no idea that Tyler was gay.
He came in not because he was suicidal. He came in because he didn't want to get shot, because he was confused, afraid, and looking for answers. But here's the question that stunned everyone. Why didn't his parents, the people who loved him most, speak out to defend him? Why didn't they step forward to say, our son is innocent? That silence wasn't natural. It wasn't grief. It was something darker. According to multiple accounts, federal officials warned Tyler Robinson's parents, if you speak out, your lives are at risk. The family was told to stay silent, to disappear, even to consider witness protection. Imagine it, your child accused of killing a national figure, the world branding him guilty, and you're told the safest thing you can do is vanish. In the fog of shock, the Robinsons agreed, and who wouldn't? Fear clouds judgment, but silence eats away at you. As days turned to weeks, they began to question everything. Why are the feds so eager to keep us quiet? What are they hiding? And then came another revelation. Tyler's own father admitted he never even knew his son was gay. Was the family being deliberately kept in the dark about who their son really was, or was the truth being reshaped before their very eyes? America was shown a blurry face, a figure climbing the stairs, a shadow frozen on grainy surveillance. The headline screamed, "This is Tyler Robinson." But behind closed doors, his parents whispered something different. That's not him, they said. The bone structure, the jawline, even the way he moved, it wasn't Tyler. At first, their doubts were whispers. Then, silence. Because when federal agents tell you to keep quiet, you keep quiet. But silence has weight, and that weight now presses on every unanswered question. Charlie Kirk's assassination happened in broad daylight, in front of cameras, in front of a nation. Within hours, the media narrative hardened. Tyler Robinson, a radical, had pulled the trigger. But look closer. He was arrested just 33 hours later. 33. Before forensics were complete, before DNA testing was conclusive, before the family even had a chance to see him. Ask yourself, when has justice ever moved that fast? Justice takes time. Cover-ups move at lightning speed. Prosecutors claimed Tyler confessed. But where was the footage of that confession? Where was the signed statement? It didn't exist. Instead, they pointed to a handful of text messages pulled from a phone allegedly tied to him. Words like "I did it." Words stripped of context. But in a digital world where messages can be deleted, spliced, or fabricated, is that evidence or is it convenience? The strongest link prosecutors had wasn't a weapon, wasn't DNA, wasn't video. It was text on a screen. And that, alone, could be enough to send a man away for life. Then came the voice no one expected. Candace Owens. In a blistering statement, she revealed what Charlie Kirk had allegedly said just 48 hours before his death. That he was done being controlled. That he was abandoning his pro-Israel stance. That he was preparing to bring her back onto the stage beside him. Owens didn't whisper this. She dared Turning Point USA to deny it. "Tell me I'm lying," she said. "So what do we do with this?" Did Charlie Kirk die with secrets on his lips, alliances forming behind the scenes, and powerful interests pushing back? Or was this another spark tossed into a fire already raging? Here's the timeline. 48 hours before the murder, Kirk tells colleagues he's breaking from donors, changing course. The day of, he's shot on stage in Utah. Within hours, photos of a suspect flood the internet. Within 72 hours, Tyler Robinson is named, arrested, and branded the assassin. Weeks later, his family falls silent under alleged federal pressure. Then, Owens drops her bombshell. 1 week, one chain of events. And in that week, a man was killed, another branded his murderer, and a family erased from public view. Look closer at the evidence. The rifle. Its chain of custody remains disputed. The DNA inconclusive. The footage grainy and never authenticated in open court. And yet, the story we were told was clean. Almost too clean. when the facts don't fit the story. Someone is writing fiction. If Tyler Robinson is innocent, then justice has failed twice, once for Charlie Kirk, who lost his life, and once for the young man branded his killer. If Candace Owens is telling the truth, then this was never about one night. This was about power, control, and silencing voices before they could ever speak. The truth cannot stay hidden forever, but when it finally comes out, will we be ready to face it? Subscribe now, because this story isn't over and silence is exactly what they want.